Hello guys, my name is Kiki and it's time to make crafting fun. So let's make a beautiful chandelier, and for that I'm using this wreath form that I got from Walmart. You can use one from the Dollar Tree and I'm gonna paint it in copper. Now I'm gonna take these beads and Waverly Antique Wax and I'm gonna stain them using a bowl and shaking them really nicely. After we have that, we are gonna start with this setup. This is what I bought, and we are dividing them on 8 loops. So that's why you see my numbers over there. Those are what we're gonna use for each loop. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take fishing line and I'm gonna start threading my beads into my fishing line. And I used 9 of those. Then I'm gonna use 6 of each of the smaller ones. Let me just thread those ones, and after I finish with the small ones, these are a little bit bigger, but we are also gonna use 6 of those. Then we're gonna move to the bigger ones, and for the bigger ones I'm gonna use, I think it was 5, something like that. Let me count them. We have I think it was 3. 3. I couldn't count. That's odd. Now I'm gonna use 6 of the big ones, and then I'm gonna start the pattern using 3 big ones or medium. And then the smaller ones I'm gonna use 6 of each, and for the tiny ones I'm gonna use 9. And that will be the pattern we're gonna repeat on our 8 longer loops. You're gonna make 8 of those, and then we're gonna make 8 of the smaller ones. Now we have our beautiful loop, and we're just gonna continue making it. And now I'm gonna show you how I made the other one, and I made it a little bit smaller, and by a little bit I mean that I added 7 of the smaller ones, 5 of the other small ones, 2 of the bigger ones, and the big ones I used 4 of those, I think, or 5. I can't remember the number, but you just adjust that to the size that you like. You're gonna continue adding beads until you're happy with the result and it's a little bit smaller than the longer loops that we just made. That's the trick. And after you get to the middle, you just repeat your pattern until you make like necklace kind of loop. Something like that. And we will have a beautiful set of loops to add to our wreath. And for that, we're gonna take our wreath and we're gonna start just wrapping or tying them to the wreath form using the same fishing rod or fishing line. Fishing rod, it's not a fishing rod. But we're gonna use the fishing line, not the fishing rod. And we're gonna tie that to our wreath form really tight. And then we're gonna tie it over here. You're just going to adjust those 4 first loops to the inside row of your wreath. And you have to check out your size so you can tie them really nicely. After we tie them, when we're gonna tie the other one, the other loop that goes in between one and the other one, we're gonna tie those 2 together after we tie it with 2 knots. Let me show you. We tie it over here, and then when we add the top one, what we're gonna do is we are going to tie that one to the wreath and then to the leftover fishing line that we have on the side. Let me show you here. This is what we do. We tie it really nicely over here, and then we attach the other one. I'm a little bit out of frame, but you can see over there that I'm just tying them together, those fishing lines together. And this is part of the Esto es lo mío challenge or collaboration, and this is, or the meaning of this is my thing, and it's hosted by the beautiful Maria at Yetra Khreacioness, and you will find in the description box down below the link to her channel, and there you will find lots of beautiful things. And I'm co-hosting this month again with her, and I'm so excited. Go and check her out. Now let's continue with our beautiful chandelier, and now I'm adding a dot of hot glue all around it so we can secure those fishing lines, and then I'm gonna cut the excess so we can repeat our pattern on the outside or the second row of our wreath. For that, we're gonna place everything in the middle like this, and then we're gonna bring back our shorter or a little bit shorter loops so we can tie it in between our first line. And let me show you. Right now I'm just doing it wrong because I had to tie that one in the second row, not the first one like I did here, but I will fix that, so don't worry. I just want to show you that I'm gonna tie it over here really nicely, and we're gonna repeat the same pattern, but this one will go in the middle of the first one. Like you can see here, I know it's a little bit hard to explain, but you can see what I'm doing over here. So we're gonna continue doing that and repeating our pattern, and as you can see, I'm just finishing it up, and I added smaller rows in the front, and that will depend on the size that you want to create your loops. After we finish with this one that I'm tying, and then I'm gonna tie it together with the other one, we're gonna add hot glue to secure everything, and then we will tie our chandelier, and we're gonna add something to hang it. You can use anything. I used here some of that fishing line, but you would like to use some wire, or you can use some command hooks and stick it to your ceiling, and that will be perfect. But first, let me just finish tying this up really nicely so they stay where I want them. And then we will go to that part of doing something to hang it, because we have to do something beautiful to hang it. This is a beautiful chandelier, so we have to match that up. So we are just going to continue tying them and securing the last row of our chandelier. And as I told you, this depends on the length that you want to make them. I made mine really short, but you can make them longer. Now I'm just securing with a little bit of hot glue and cutting the excess. And now I used some fishing line over here to make something to hang it. But after I did this, I changed that to copper wire, and it looked a little better with the hanger and the wreath. But you can use this if you want. That would look beautiful because you cannot see it. I just wanted the hook to be like hanging from something so it doesn't look like it's hanging on air. So you're gonna tie it really nicely like this. Then we're gonna add a hook to hang it, and that will be it. And let me show you this beauty. And here you have it. I'm in love with this. As you can see, I added some neutral beads and some stained beads, and I'm in love with it. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this beautiful boho chandelier. If you like modern farmhouse boho decor and lots of silly jokes, subscribe because that's what I do here. And hit the thumbs up and share this video with a friend because that really helps to support my channel. Also, go and check me out on my social media so we can be friends over there and have lots and lots of fun together. For our second DIY, I want to make beautiful pillows, and I found this beautiful fabric at Walmart. So I decided to make beautiful pillows for my living room. And you will see my living room on Friday. So come back so you can see everything that I did. Now we're gonna cut a 20 by 20 inches pillow cover or pieces of fabric. We are gonna make an envelope type of pillow cover. So I'm just cutting the fronts in 20 inches size, and the backs I'm gonna cut it in 22 inches. So I can have a little bit extra to do the flaps on that back side so you can close it. So we are gonna cut this beauty in a 22 inches, and this would be the backs for our pillows. Now let's go to our sewing machine, and here you have it. What I'm doing is I'm just pressing or sewing the borders on the flaps of the back. And as you can see, it's pretty easy. You just sew that and go back to the other one that I cut a little bit wider. This will depend on the size that you want to make. And we have the both pieces, and now I'm gonna take the front part and we're gonna start sewing the shorter part of our pillow cover. We're gonna sew that on 3 of the edges like this, and we're gonna sew the other side or the shorter part of our pillow cover. We are gonna sew it like that, and after we sew all of that, we will have a beautiful pillow cover. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip it over, make our corners really nicely and pointy, and I'm gonna do something that I saw with Natalie Callahan from Design to the Nines. She made this beautiful border on her pillowcase, and I wanted to do something like that. So I did this border on mine, and it looks beautiful. We continue to do that until we just sew every corner or every border. And we will have the most beautiful pillowcase. Let me show you. Here we have this one, that's the one that we were sewing. Look at that, so beautiful. This fabric is just beautiful. And in the back, we have the other one with the other fabric sewn the same way I did the other one. Let me know in the comments below what you think about these beautiful pillow covers, because I'm in love with them. And here you have all of them together once more so you can see them and tell me if you like them, because I'm biased. I love them. So I want to know what you think about them. And remember that if you like modern farmhouse, boho decor, and lots of silly jokes, that's what I do here. So subscribe and hit the thumbs up and share this video with a friend, because that really helps to support my channel. Check the description box so you can find the playlist and the link to Yetra Khreacioness so you can go and check her out and also check out the playlist. And if you like this one, hit the thumbs up. If you love it, subscribe so you can keep on watching this type of videos. Take care, my beautiful friends. Bye-bye.